Okay, so hi, it's Shelly again. Um, for homework the other night, we had to watch the first two acts of of Michael Moore's When the Levees Broke, and for me, it was a real eye opener because, as horrible as it makes me sound, I really did not know what had been going on in New Orleans. Like, I thought that they had just gotten, hit by a tornado, and watching the video and watching the movie and realizing that it wasn't actually a tornado. I didn't realize that the levees had broken. That's what had caused this big devastation. And quite frankly, even when it was happening on the news, I had thought that people were getting help. I didn't realize, I think a lot of people didn't realize how bad it was, and the fact that people weren't getting help 4 and 5 days into it. When we watched the movie, we watched it in reference to oral histories, and just by watching it, I think a couple good points came up about oral histories, and one being how reliable they are in terms of, you can't really take, it's an oral history because it's one person's point of view, and they're telling the story from their point of view. It's good because you get to see it from that real been in the action standpoint, but at the same time you have to realize that as far as memory serves, people can over exaggerate or under exaggerate memories, and things like the people on the movie who had actually thought the levees had been dynamited and sincerely believed that they had been dynamited. And as now we know that's not the case, but if you hear it from one person's perspective, then it can be like, well, maybe they were dynamited. Well, I didn't know. We didn't know what was going on down there. So, I think that oral histories have to be taken with a grain of salt, and they can be helpful, but you still, you have to approach them, obviously, with some amount of skepticism. They're different definitely from, the history we learn in textbooks. And again, I think it's good and bad because, when we learn history in textbooks, we read only what people want us to read, as conspiracy theory as that may sound. But we only read what people want us to read. And things like, I'm trying to think, one of my friends, has family in England, and anyone who's watching this who is in England, I'm sure you can tell us, when Americans talk about the American Revolution, when you guys talk about it, I'm sure it's very different, the way that your history books read, because it's from your viewpoint. And because of that, you do take a completely different, I guess, a different view. You're this completely different camera angle on the entire event. And I think in oral history is the same thing. You're taking this completely different camera angle. You're taking now one person's camera angle, as opposed to taking the panoramic shot. So, I guess that's about it. I don't have anything else to say. Wow. Okay. See you next time. Bye.